Hey guys, it's Faith again here. Welcome to Nuggets of Faith. I'm so glad to have all of you here. And again, welcome to the new subscribers. So, I have been doing several nuggets about different issues of faith, but today we are doing it a notch higher. Nuggets of Faith is introducing something so wonderful. Having done psychology in the university, I have a passion for mental health, and I believe despite prospering in faith, in knowing the word, it's good to have a good mind. So I could not do this alone. And with that, I want to welcome such an amazing guest. Welcome, Joy.
Thank you so much, Faith, for having me here at Nuggets of Faith. It's a pleasure to be here today.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Yes, asante sana.
Yes.
So let me introduce myself.
Yes, please.
I am Joy Webuye, a counseling psychologist by profession.
Yes.
Yes, and I work at Glogg Mind Care Centers. Yes, that's where I conduct my daily activities.
Maybe for the sake of those who have never heard of Glogg, where are you located exactly?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we actually have different branches in the country.
Wow, nice.
So in Nairobi, we have two main branches.
Yeah.
So the main one is at Rongai, at Muungano Women House, and the other branch is in Upperhill. We're at 5th Avenue Suites. Yes.
Thank you so much for giving us your location, and we appreciate your presence here. Now, mental health has been something that has been discussed so much, especially from the time COVID hit. We have so many conversations popping up, different pages, different counseling psychologists, and there's so much going on that is actually not true about mental health. So I'd really love you to help us understand what are some of the myths you have encountered as a counseling psychologist that revolve around mental health.
Okay. Yeah. That's actually a very good question. Yes, because so many people come in with a very, for lack of a better word, distorted perspective of what mental health is. As much as we really would like to say that we're advancing, there's still that stigma that is there around mental health. Because I think just the name itself, mental health. So mtu tu akisikia mental, you assume that automatically it means you're mad, or you're psychotic, or there's something very wrong with you. Yeah, so there's that mental. Yeah. So for me personally, it's just a personal thing. I don't like labeling it as mental health. Like for me, I prefer to call it for what it actually is. Like is your emotional health in check? Okay. Is your psychological health in check? You know, like how are your thoughts? How is your mood? You know, how are your feelings and emotions? Because when you go direct to what it is, that way it doesn't seem like it's such a big, complicated thing. Yeah, so personally I prefer just go direct to
how is your mind?
Yes.
I get you. So many people are so afraid of hearing I have a mental health disorder. It's good to learn about mental health. I don't know why it really scares a lot of people. So please tell us, what is really mental health? Because there's someone who just says mental health. Others think mental health is, I had someone saying, like if you ask them, are you okay in your mental health? They tell you, apana, sina mental health. So it's like, what is really mental health?
Okay. So I really like the fact that you brought out that common wananchi aspect, because we really try and complicate mental health to fit something that we think it should be, like a textbook kind of thing. And that's why so many people can't relate, especially in Africa, more so Kenya. Unapata so many people can't relate because they're like, what is this thing? It's not been broken down in the way that a common person can just understand. Like si lazima ukuwe umefanya sijui PhD or what to understand what mental health is. So I think people assume that mental health is actually a condition.
But it's true. Most people think when you say issues let's talk about mental health, they
Mm.
just think automatically you're telling them they're mad.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So when you ask someone how's your mental health, it doesn't mean that you ask them if they're mad
Yes.
or if they have a disorder, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how are you faring on in terms of your psychological health?
Exactly.
Like, are you okay with your moods, with your emotions? Do you feel stable?
Yes.
Have your thoughts been okay, or do you feel like you're thinking about maybe ending your life, things like those, or overwhelmed? So mental health is basically just how are you doing in terms of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and how is your behavior. Because sometimes you can find that all these things actually influence how you'll behave. Because if your thoughts are not okay, if your emotions are not in check, then you'll find your behavior will automatically be influenced. Like you find it hard to get out of bed, you know, or you're just irrational, you're explosive. So all these things affect your behavior. So basically that's just what mental health is. Are you in check?
So it's like the wholesome wellness of your mind.
Exactly.
And being in the right state of mind. So, you know, people ignore, like, okay, we have our basic needs. We have, we know the food, the shelter, the clothing. But there's something I've ever heard you mentioning before about, you know, psychological needs. Please, you can just break it down for us, because even if we are learning about they call it the hierarchy, Maslow's. Those who have done psychology, they know. So, many people tend to ignore that there are needs that are psychological. Like, most people can't pinpoint and say, this is a psychological need. So please help us to understand what are psychological needs.